We are back here on FanDuel TV, and we are on site at Colonial Downs. I'm very happy to be joined by Debbie Easter. She's the executive director of the Virginia Thoroughbred Association. And Debbie, it's great to see you this early on in the year. Generally, it'd be later during the summer meet here at Colonial. But how did this all come about? How did it all start for a special 3-day spring meeting here at Colonial?
Well, I think it was a little bit the governor of Virginia. He's very supportive of horse racing here in Virginia, and I think he and Bill Carstangen talked, and Churchill came up with the idea that if we could move our Derby from the fall to the spring and make it a points race, that it could be really something super for Virginia. And I don't want, knock on wood, it's a sellout on Saturday, and we're just really excited to have it here and going. So
right off the bat, and working with CDI and Churchill, the plan was always to move the Virginia Derby from turf to dirt versus just adding a race to the stakes schedule.
Well, no, our Derby has been in the fall on the grass. And
right.
So this was a total ingenious move by Churchill to let's get the folks that are chasing points and move the Oaks in the Derby. And the exciting thing is it's a 50-point race. So the horses that win here most likely are going to run in the Kentucky Derby and the Kentucky Oaks.
When you look at the card over the next 3 days, there's a lot of Virginia breds. There's a lot of horses that are bred scattered all across the country. But there's also horses that are running in stakes races that are Virginia certified.
Sure.
Can you explain that a little bit more, and how does a horse become Virginia certified to run in these races?
Sure. Why the certified program exists is because when Colonial was shuttered back in 1997, Jeff Jacobs turned in his license, our industry was disappearing. And so our Breeders' Fund was not large enough to compete with the states around us. So what we did is we decided, hey, we're not going to try and compete with New York and Maryland. And we came up with the idea we might not be the biggest breeding state, but we can raise them. And so what we do is horses that come to Virginia for at least 6 months before they turn 3 to train or board, what we do is we certify them, and then if they win an open race anywhere in the Mid-Atlantic region, we add up to 25% on top of the purse. In a state-bred race, they get 10%. And the unintended consequence, which has been great, is those horses, if we write this book correctly here in the summer, we give them a reason to want to come to Colonial Downs because the purses for the restricted races are 25% higher than open races.
So is it safe to say with this certification program that after Colonial Downs closed, that this really maybe saved racing in the state of Virginia to keep these surrounding farms still going and still in business?
Totally saved our farms, saved the infrastructure that services our farms. We were breeding at the low point only 100 Virginia breds a year. We structured this program for about 400 certified horses a year. We were getting 900 at the peak. So it's really, at any given time, there's about 4,000 horses that should have a reason to want to come here and run at Colonial Downs, which is awesome.
Well, Debbie, thank you so much for joining us here on FanDuel TV. Thank you for everything that you do for racing in the state of Virginia, and enjoy the Virginia Derby coming up on Saturday.
Thank you, and thank you all for being here and supporting Virginia. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us here at Colonial Downs.